are you running? Why are you running?
Another one.
Why are you running? Before we jump into today's show topics, let's start the show with the usual remarkable story I came across on Reddit. KR, we're going to talk about Daisy Chen and Walter Weeks, aka CEO Fresh, in a bit. So I found a story
Fresh,
on
not
Reddit.
again. CEO.
I found a story on Reddit that
Mm.
resembles this story. So I thought, let's talk about this one. So I'm going to show
Mm.
the banner now. Am I wrong for resenting my boyfriend over my disownment? Of course, we're talking about
What?
the disownment of a.
Female.
It does start with F. It ends with Edis. So the story goes as follows. I'm here to spill.
Yo. Hey, yo.
I'm here to spill my little dirty secret. Says I can't talk to anyone about it, and it slowly takes a toll on me. So it starts with a cliffhanger.
Okay, let's go.
I'm a female of 25, and my boyfriend is 29 years of age. We always agreed that if I became pregnant, we would
Send him to the
terminate
gulag.
the project, mostly for financial issues and not being ready. Last
Mm.
summer, we got drunk and I wasn't careful. I knew immediately we screwed up, but I hope nothing happened. A few weeks later, I waited for my period.
Nothing.
While I was sitting at home, I had sudden panic attacks and felt sick. I knew something was wrong. The test was immediately positive.
Mm.
There was no discussion in getting a child, so I started to organize everything. This was mentally and physically hard. I always felt sick, vomited, and had to take on the appointments and do everything with the insurance. Due to me studying, I needed them to cover the costs. It took longer than planned. Soon the date was set and everything was over. I know there's no point in this, and it was the right decision, but I still wish he would have been more supportive. Something like, and I quote, no, and I quote again, no matter how you feel or what will be, you are secure, and I'm going to help you. End of quote. It was not even worth a discussion, just a nope. Can you imagine that? I'm pregnant. Nope. We never talked about it again.
Where's the
Overall,
code?
he seems very insensitive about it. During the time I vomited after eating certain foods, he does not get that I feel sick smelling them to this day. He wants to eat it, so we should. I'm dramatic over
Wants
this.
to eat what?
So certain
The
foods
Edis.
that no.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, what does he want to eat?
No,
Okay.
okay, come on. No, we're talking about no. So she's saying that he wants to eat certain foods that he knows she can't stand the smell, because as soon as she
Oh,
smells it, she has she gets the sudden urge to throw up.
okay. Okay.
My resentment grew more as we could never agree about contraception. He always put it on me, aka safe romantic sessions are female's responsibility. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about that one. He
Sounds like a
insists
Walter Weeks guy type of guy.
he insists that he hates uh,
He's
what
allergic to latex.
to latex and won't use them. I've had a long history with hormonal contraceptives. The side effects were unbearable. I tracked my cycle and we avoided having sexy time during dangerous days. It worked for 5 years up until the drunk night. Now he insists that I take birth control pills. I
Mm.
insist to use latex. Both refuse, and we were not. Both refuse, and we were not intimate ever since. He's not initiating often, but I turn down every attempt without
What
a
are these
P.
people doing?
Now I'm sitting here and building resentment on him. Maybe I'm unfairly distant. I try to talk about it, but he shuts it down. I know
Why are
there's
these
no
people still
point in
together?
discussing this. I know there's no point in discussing this, and it needs two to tango. But I feel emotionally alone with this.
Why are these people still
So,
together?
am I wrong for resenting my boyfriend over my disownment? Even though we agreed on it prior and during the process, I just wish he offered his support and it would have felt like a decision. It happened almost over a year ago and I struggle to let it go. So, seems as though they haven't been intimate in over a year. KR, your thoughts? Is she wrong?
Imagine, this is crazy. Yeah, by the way, I've got a first your final sentence. They have been together. These are boyfriend girlfriend. Have
Yeah,
been intimate for over a year.
yeah,
This is crazy. What what are these people doing?
yeah,
Usually, you hear that phase. People tend to find themselves in a let's call it. Are we at 6 minutes? Too early. A S-less marriage. And later in the stage, like 10 years in, 7 years in, the curve
yeah.
goes down. But if you're
Yeah.
already in boyfriend girlfriend phase, what are we doing? It is what it is. I would say, why are these people together? First of all,
Love,
yes, love. Love of what? For the love of,
not being alone,
yes,
not having options.
yes, yes. That's what I wanted to go to.
Yeah,
People are afraid to be alone, so they rather stay in a miserable place together and make each other miserable.
yeah.
So
So
the question is she okay? Is it good that she still resents him? No, because you've agreed upon something. Maybe I do agree. Maybe he could have given you a bit more support, but you made an agreement. Both. Now you want to reverse it. You know why
yeah.
she's resenting him?
Why?
Because he's not going, um it's not because she wanted the kid. It's because she didn't had the he doesn't want to comply or find a middle ground with her. That's the only reason why she's presenting, because they don't have the money to keep the kid. If she was a single
S-
mom,
So you're saying so you're saying she would have wanted to keep the kid if
no,
they had
I
the
don't think
money?
she would. No, well, if they had the money, they probably would have kept the kid. They
So
don't
what
have the
so what
money.
so what
They don't
what's
have
your
the
reason? So why do you think she's building resentment against him?
because it's not going according to what she wanted to. So
Which is
whatever happened after, she proposed for him to use latex. He doesn't want to,
gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
and he wants her to go raw. Oh baby, I like it raw. You baby, I like it raw. He's ODB. He's ODBing her.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they both should just break it up because this is going nowhere.
I think you have a point there. The point you have a point that it's not necessarily what happened during, but how he's been acting after. Like
Yes,
it's done, and
everything to
so
do
we
with it.
continue. Yeah, we just continue doing everything the way we were. He's probably thinking we've done this successfully for 5 years. Why change it?
Mission complete.
Let's see if the thumbs up will pop up. I think it will. I won't. But in
It
any
was.
case, in any case, I think you're right on that one. I think it's about the fact that he doesn't want to change
Stand on this
his
matter.
stand. But there's also another thing that plays a role, and we shouldn't undermine this. People like to talk about disowning like it's a piece of
Like it's
cake,
nothing. Yeah.
as if like it's throwing away
A
an old,
burger,
yeah, a burger.
piece of meat. You throw a piece of meat through the trash can. But people act like it's a piece of burger.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Let's go to the fast food. You put, some people choose to put it in the oven. Some people choose to put it in the in the microwave. The microwave is the safer way to do it. The oven is where the cooking happens. Then
yeah,
9 months after, you're
yeah.
popping
So
out a brand new
yes,
baby.
yeah. So I think that's the reason why. That's most likely the reason why she's doing this, and or at least she's feeling the way she's feeling. And I don't think it's fair either. Oh, but this is what I was saying, KR. What I was saying is that people underestimate the
Psychological
trauma,
trauma, yeah.
the trauma that disowning
Cause.
can cause, especially for the
Mhm.
mom. You know how
Yes.
many
Well,
videos I've
well,
seen about,
I don't know
you know
who
how,
else is gonna get the trauma but the mom.
yeah, I mean, no, you do find fathers who feel helpless or
Okay, okay, okay,
yo,
okay.
yo,
You
KR,
physical
look at me calling them fathers. Could have been fathers.
could have been,
They're,
would have, coulda,
yeah,
shoulda.
feeling powerless because the mom
Yeah,
is
that's true.
basically,
That's true.
the woman is making a choice and not involving her. So I do think that it's more
But that's
complicated.
emotional damage in that case. Physical damage is different.
Yeah, but in the case of the women, it's both, right? It can be both
Yeah.
because there are stories about women who did it 3 times and then when they wanted to, they couldn't conceive. So
Yeah, that's
it can be very traumatic. It's a very
can be
traumatic process.
very
But in any
traumatic.
case,
Yeah.
I think I'll just stick to one answer of one of the comments, and I think this answers embodies the essence of our answers and the essence of a majority of the responses. You want to say something first?
Yeah. Before you close it out, I want to say this. It's important when and this is I think also a part of this resentment part where she has why she has resentment is the how we handled it. So there's one thing. So I said there's one thing being that you made an agreement, but if you have some level of EQ, you should also give moral support. You gotta reaffirm, reconfirm that she's making the right choice. And that's the aspect where it's also going wrong. He didn't. I do agree with her on that part.
Yeah. It's
You
yeah.
have to land the plane. You have to land the plane safely. You shouldn't
So
let go of the poke and then hope that the automatic pilot just lands the plane for you.
I'll say it more direct. Women's feelings can be all over the place. At least that's how
Mhm.
men experience it. However, you shouldn't dismiss a woman's feelings
Yes.
because what the woman is experiencing is true to her. It's real to her. It might not make any sense, but it doesn't make it less true. And
Yeah.
sometimes just acknowledging, that sometimes women just want to feel like you're there. Just like, okay, babe, I get it, I understand it. And you can still bring the logic because you have to always stick with the logic because at the end of the day, logic trumps. Logic trumps emotions, but emotions need to be recognized. And
Yep.
like now it seems as though the guy is like, okay,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
been there, done that.
where's
Because
the
to him, it's
burger?
because to him
Where's
it's
the
probably
trash can?
because to him it's probably just a burger that was thrown out. Yeah, so this is the answer, and then I want to move
Yes.
the just next segment. Jay Barnes Wilson says, if a friend, because the question is, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? What should I do? The answer is straightforward. If a friend told you all these things about if about her boyfriend, what would you tell her? Would you ask her why she stays? Would you tell her to break up with someone so blatantly inconsiderate of her? In other words, she's posing. So Jay Barnes Wilson is putting the question back to the
Yeah, yeah,
person who posed this question. Hey,
yeah.
what would you do? Because you know what you want to do. You know what you have to do. You're just you're
Trying to
just not
find.
doing it.
She's trying to find a shoulder to lean on
Yeah,
to
a
confirm
branch
what she
to swing
feels.
to. A branch to swing to. Hey, guys, let us know in the comment section below what you think about this story, whether you agree with our takes, yes or no. Do you think that she is wrong for building up resentment towards the boyfriend? With that being said, let's move to the next segment. Guys, welcome to another edition of the Double Touch Show, where we discuss topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. In today's show, we'll be discussing Daisy Chen and Walter Weeks. Weeks, better known as
Weak pullout game.
CEO Fresh,
Oh,
of Fresh
I,
and
I, I
Fit.
got the wrong name wrong. My bad.
We're going to talk about Brian McKnight disowning his kids. That's a different kind of disowning, however. And we're also going to talk about, of course, at the end, a couple of short stories in our short thoughts segment. Before we proceed, guys, remember to engage with us. Let's jump into the first topic of the day. We're going to talk about Walter Weeks and Daisy Chen. But before we start, remember to subscribe and to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Rate the show by pressing the like button. And don't forget to follow us on our socials. KR.
Yes, yes. Daisy Chen. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where we basically covered the fact that Walter Weeks, also known as Fresh Prince CEO, also known as Weak Pullout Game. Uh,
Who calls him that? Never heard that before.
I heard it on the streets. I'm in the internet always. No, I call them that. Weak pullout game. He has a weak pullout game. Come on, man. Going raw and then getting anyway. Well, what happened is Daisy, because I think we covered it quite well. We basically broke down the aspect where it seems like she was trying to extort the guy. He was set up. She recorded their call and then released the call like a day later. And then was talking about retaining a lawyer. That's one thing we thought was very, very interesting, with which pointed out that it's probably not true, or that there was some level of manipulation. So it seems like she already deleted the kid when she came
Yeah.
out.
It so it seems like she deleted it prior to this whole drama.
Seems like it, yes.
I have a question to you though.
Well,
Did she ever have it?
that's also a good question. I don't
That's the
think
first one.
maybe
That's
maybe
the first one.
maybe maybe it's a fair question. I mean, I don't think it's something that's out of the realm of possibilities.
So my question is the first one, was she ever pregnant? Yes or no? If she was it really his baby? Because of course she approached Walter Weeks, aka Fresh Prince CEO, telling him, "Hey, I'm pregnant. The baby is yours." There was this whole text conversation that she then went on to make public to everyone, so everyone could read, probably in an attempt to shame him. And then you're telling me that you unalived, or at least you threw away the burger. It seems
That's
a
a
bit.
good we gotta start using that one. Throw
Yeah,
away the
it's
burger to the trash can.
yeah. Oh, the trash can is a bit too much, I think, but we can. It's like a working term. Let's think about
Work in progress.
let's think about it.
Oh man.
But to me, it seems unlikely, to be honest. And the reason why I say it is because, and maybe we're gonna talk a little bit more. You're gonna say a little bit more about her and her CV, her curriculum vitae, how she's been, so where she was employed in the past.
It's pretty short. You know, her employer's role starts with a P and ends with a P. And between those P's are I'm.
Unit. You know, I'm just a PIMP.
Where is my? I need to find the Caribbean, the
The steel
steel,
band, the steel drum,
steel
Yeah, you
drums.
just steel drums. Yeah.
Where's the
No,
steel
but
drums when you need them? But yeah,
to me, it's unbelievable, KR, and I say this because of this. She's not like a employee, a business owner. Well, you can call her a business owner if you want to, but she's not in the more traditional realm of business. In her line of work, she gets paid to make acts of appearances and acts
to
of,
perform.
yeah, to perform. Yeah. So you're telling me that you were pregnant with a man's baby and you if you and there was a chance, like it was a come up, because she could have dragged him to court and get some money, and then she
Yes,
deleted it. It's a bit weird.
or she could have been dragged by her PP
Mhm.
because she can't work. At the end of the day, anyway,
You
I'm not
mean
gonna
you
go.
mean so you mean Walter asked her when he was done arguing with
Walter?
her? Yeah,
No, there is someone else who's the PP.
I know. But what I'm saying is the following: Walter was arguing with her, and then
Yeah.
he was just fed up. He said, "You know what? I want to talk to your manager.
Like a real Karen does.
I want to talk to your
Caribbean
manager.
Caribou Karen. Karen.
This burger is cold. I want to talk to your manager."
Who's trying to be cold burger out here? Now, but all jokes aside, I think it's funny that when this story came out, initially, Fresh and Fit denied that she was a professional, to say the least. I think people like ABBA and Preach alluded to that. Then they said, Fresh and Fit said, no, she's from a rich family. That's how she got the visa and all those stuff. Then they did their own research and they found a video of her doing the business or selling the business, selling the monkey.
Yeah.
And then gotta ask yourself, and I said at the last show as well, right? You have someone who claims to be a professional dating coach who's making a show or multiple shows a week about protecting yourself against people that might try to use you for your money. And this is now the second time Walter is in this situation.
It is.
Before there was another girl that was, I think, a white girl. Yeah, she was a white girl. He
Mhm.
got he was simping over her. Now come to find out he's simping. He's introducing his mom to an escort. What are we doing, Walter?
He introduced her to his mom.
Yeah, she flew to Bahamas, my dude. You're laughing. Yo, this is crazy. So they were talking so Fresh and
Wow.
Fit, and I have no beef with those guys, but I think it's funny um that they say she scammed him, and that he got duped. But your goal as a professional dating coach is to train your guys on how to get duped. That's what I think that show is about. That's why you invite all these girls all the time. Or do you invite them just to talk and then after the after all lights turn off, you turn into a sim? What is it? Anyway.
I think it's
Um
double. I think it's double though, KR. I need the duping. If it was simply them going, so the duping can happen in various ways, right? So
mhm,
it could be that she said that she's on birth control and she wasn't. That's a kind of
mhm.
duping.
Yeah, that's
Another
right.
duping can be that what I alluded to at the beginning, that maybe she wasn't pregnant to begin with, and this was all just like a scam.
Yeah. This
So the
could be.
duping, it could be that she duped him. However, I will say this though: if you ask any man what what he likes the most, I think majority of men would say the company of a good woman would be in the top three. Company, a female interaction is always great. It's the opposite, right? Guys amongst each other.
Positive interaction.
What did you say?
A positive interaction.
Yeah. I'm not talking about yapping. I'm talking about like just that's the reason why I said that's the reason why I said a good woman.
Mhm.
When there are females around, the energy shifts, the
Yeah.
situation shifts. So it's you want that, but the key element that needs to be present is the element of positive, the element of good. You want
Mhm.
someone there that is, let's call her that's someone that has quality, good qualities. People who have good qualities are not easy
Come by.
to come by.
Do
If you're
agree with you.
surrounded if you're on a boat with 40, or let's say 15 girls in bikinis drinking and yelling woo,
You gotta look around and see whether Diddy is around. If he is, jump off the boat.
there is on the other yacht,
Oh, okay, okay. Making
the
sure. I'm
cruise.
making sure who's on the yacht, man.
He's
I
on the
gotta make
cruise.
sure.
So, and if that's your idea, I mean, it's very easy to get a bunch of girls on a boat in bikinis, get them dancing, drinking champagnes and things like that. But, and of course, women like to have fun, girls like to have fun. But if they're constantly partying, constantly at parties, then it does say something about these women.
Hmm.
And if you're only dating these women, and if your idea of being successful with women is when you pay them, then you're not really successful with them. You're just
It's a
paying to get some.
transaction.
Yes, but then you can't be talking about game.
Yes, I
If
do agree
that's
with
what
you
I'm
on that.
saying, you can't be talking about game if you pay, if you are paying for their services, because you're paying them to be there. It's a transaction. So it's
Yeah.
always a transaction, but that's a very clear transaction. I'll just say this like an example. There was this guy I used to I used to I used to train with a guy, and there was another guy there who used to always talk to him. I think they were friends. They weren't real friends, but they knew each other.
Hmm.
So the guy always talked about women. Oh man, you know what? I like women that do this. I like women. I saw him once on a boat, a bunch of women, loud music, yelling, woo, a bunch of women, Latin girls, Latin women. And it was,
Ooh.
and I thought, oh,
We're
this
talking about
guy,
fit girls or
uh, not the Daisy Chan fit girls. I'm talking
okay.
about other type of fit.
Okay.
But and I thought like, oh, this guy, he's living the life. And come to find out, all the women were hired, were paid.
Mm-hmm.
The boat was his friends, and he doesn't have a permit to So he doesn't have the necessary permits to conduct a boat. So
Mm-hmm.
he only takes over when they're almost there, just to enter into the enter into the bay. And when they get in the bay, so everyone sees him with the bay and the music and all the sound. But when they get to the bay, the real captain takes over and anchors. So the guy's living a complete lie. But his experience in his mind, he's great with the ladies, but he's always paying. How can you know if you're good with ladies if you're paying? I'm not
That's a
saying that
good
he paid. This is not clear to me whether he paid for her because maybe she's an escort, but
question.
she uh, he
Are you talking about Walter?
yeah. So I'm not. So
Okay.
I said. So I'm going. So I'm back. I'm back talking
Back
about
to Walter.
Walter. I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know if he paid for her, but because maybe she is an escort. But in their case, he just fell in love. Maybe that's what happened.
That's even
I don't
worse, man.
know.
That's even worse. I'd rather pay. I'd rather pay than fall in love with the last. Come on, man. This is getting crazy. Yo, yo, this is crazy. But you might be right. Yeah.
Love is love. That's what they say.
Love trumps everything. It trumps even the burgers.
Except for except for pregnancy tests.
Yeah. Anyway, so to some a YouTuber a YouTuber revealed something about Daisy last
YouTube.
year.
Okay.
A
Okay.
YouTuber. She was hitting on the YouTuber. But I'll let the YouTuber tell the story himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Daisy's looking for a new mark.
Oh, this is something that happened afterwards?
I'll let him tell the story himself.
Okay. Curious to see what this is gonna be.
Can you hear it?
Oh, me. And I'll
Yeah.
huh? It's like, I know it. You right that you really are, you fucking pussy.
Fair use. Shout out to Abba and
You
Preach.
realize that if you made me a sodomite, that would make you a sodomite.
Down the Monko.
Again! But here's the thing that was weird to me. Yeah, homegirl's trying to flirt with me. She's like, yo, I know you want me. And I'll huh? It's like, I know it. You want me. Now please download Snapchat. I'm like, nah, I don't want no more apps. She's like, please do it for me. And she thought that shit was gonna work. I was like, nah. It's like, so why are you talking to me then? And I was like, listen, you just had an abortion. I just made sure you good. That's it. And she's trying to lay it on thick. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, lady, why are you being so aggressive? It's not like we out here sharing every detail about our lives. Like, why are you trying to say something? This is weird. Like, let me get this straight. You just date one YouTuber, okay? It goes horribly. You get pregnant by him after you accelerated the whole process insanely fast. Then you thinking about going through an abortion, which you do end up doing, and you lie about the timeline. And then with the person that was helping you to expose all these details, you trying to start some kind of illicit relationship. Huh? Huh? Listen here. I like to cover days of our lives, but I ain't trying to be in it. My name ain't Walter. I ain't from Barbados. I don't like coconuts, and I ain't into tricking. That's not for me. I want my personal life to be free of abortions, free of drama, baby mamas, and everything in between. I'm not down for that. Now, I think it's really weird that you trying to get back into anything that's even remotely close. So why are you trying so hard? And here's the thing, let's be honest. Let's be honest. A woman that looks like that and takes pictures like that ain't laying on thick with a nigga that look like me. I ain't saying I don't get it in. I ain't saying girls don't check for me. But a girl that look like that take pictures like that, ain't making no advances on me unless it's for that shmoney. No, we don't have to lie to ourselves. Don't get me wrong. I do get my DMs. They don't look like that, okay?
So, this is someone who's realistic about. Shout out to Abba, by the way. There's someone who's realistic about the prospects. All of a sudden, she starts sending him DMs, messages. A new mark. Was this a marketing scheme?
That's a hell of a price to pay.
Spray spray the walls and delete the burger. That's the marketing scheme. I'm the
I
one who's
pay.
willing to do it.
I paint walls. Well, I think I think that I don't know if it's a marketing scheme, yes or no, but some women are just like leeches.
Yeah.
What I know is that if a woman wants you, if a woman really wants you, KR, a woman that really wants you will go overboard to get it. Especially if it's someone that's used to getting what she wants. And my experience is, and that's what I also see around me. Some guys think that they can handle the level of toxicity. The best thing that you can do is to just stay away. But sometimes, KR, it's so
It's an ego
tempting.
thing. It's
So
ego.
tempting. You think, I'll just go out with her, just go out on a date. I'll just I'll just. You deal with a toxic person before you know it, you're, no pun intended, entangled in a, web
In the web.
in a web of toxicity. And so what he's doing right now, or at least he's saying, I'm not even gonna start. I don't have Snapchat. I'm not gonna open a Snapchat. I'm not gonna talk to you. I've already seen what you did there. Who the hell do you think I am? What do you take me for? But I bet you that some people would entertain the thought and would start engaging with her because it's really a web.
You
And
know who
once
did?
you're got it, who, what,
Oh, this is an easy question.
what
You
was,
said some people would engage into this toxicity. You
yeah, well,
know who
fresh
did?
did,
Yeah,
fresh did,
Fresh did. He fell for
yeah,
it.
fresh did. But that's what happens if you're always surrounding yourself with these types of women.
Yeah, that's a quite interesting. That's the the funny thing about these shows, and a lot of times people I say this. I haven't said it. Said it in on the show yet, but people are educated, taught by the content and algorithm. So, for example, what you get at these shows are, for a lack of a better word, the lower tier people, low IQ. Um, they have tend to have a OnlyFans to sell, OnlyFans channel to sell. So they come there for marketing reasons. These are not the average woman. Not to say that the average woman doesn't have certain characteristics that you see on the show, but those are very different people.
Mhm.
Mm. And you're surrounded by these type of people, and then you end up looking at all of them the same way. And a lot of times people get this aspect of love misunderstood. Whoever you're surrounded with is the chance, it has a higher chance to get a relationship with you. So if you're surrounded by uh,
Bums.
yeah, if you're surrounded by bums, you might start dating a bum.
Yeah.
If you hang out with bums, and I'm talking about females, if you hang out with bums, you might fall in love with a bum because he's the best bum available.
She, in this case.
No, no, no. I'm
Right?
talking about from a female's perspective.
Oh, from a female's perspective. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's
I
my that's my that's I thought because I always make those mistakes. I thought
no, I'm talking about from a
understand
female
it. Yeah, yeah,
perspective. You hang out with bums, you get the best bum available, and you think the
Mhm.
bum is is it all, and then you let the bum skid up all in you, and now you got my quote.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's okay. Let's leave that for when we have
For
Patreon or
another show.
something. Yeah. No,
Anyway,
but
so
it, yeah,
basically, what we see here is that Abba they didn't fall for what you said, the toxicity, and you're right.
yeah, yeah. You should. A lot of guys, I really see a lot of guys think that they can handle it. It's really, really, really better to just stay away from it. Not put yourself in the position to fall for it because women's women can be very persuasive. And
Some call it manipulation, but they're
what
better
I
than
what
the men. That's for
yeah
sure.
yeah, but what I really think, and that's the last thing I have to say about this topic, at least this part. Don't know what you want to talk about next, but the you said you are most likely to end up in a romantic relationship with the people who are around you, who you are around with the most.
Yes.
And if you're surrounded by bums, the chances of you ending up with a bum is higher.
Hmm.
The thing is, women have their good qualities and less good qualities, just like men.
Yep.
And the difference is women with higher IQs are, they think like 17 steps ahead. They
Hmm.
can play the waiting game, they can play the patience game, they understand the moves. A woman that doesn't have a high IQ, she's very straight to the point. So by being straight to the point, that can be for a man, that can be great, right? A girl telling you, "Hey, I really like you," but that also means that if she like she a woman that's very simple will also say, "Oh, okay, someone I can manipulate, someone I can get something from." She won't have the thought of not appearing as a gold digger doesn't even cross her mind. So it's like, and what happens with these guys oftentimes, you have a certain idea of how women are. Some things are based on common practice or best, not, I mean, common practice, let's say,
That's right.
just practice, and not best, just common practice. And like certain things, the nature of women, but what do you do instead of learning how to deal with it in a healthy way? You say, no, all women are this, all women are that, all women are this, all women are that. But the ironic thing is, the only women that you end up with are those who are really that. So if you have like a what do you call it when you have like a,
Perspective.
not a perspective, but you have like, it's a, like when you have good and bad, and you have what's so the what's the word for it? You have good, for example, and bad. A spectrum. So you have a spectrum. That's what the
Oh,
word was. Yeah.
okay.
So you have a spectrum. So the funny thing is, you have the spectrum of the women who are straight to the point, low IQ, and and you have those who are more. That is, I'll just call her like less OF-ish, less escortish, just like your common woman. And the thing is, they all women in general have certain qualities in common, just like men do. But that doesn't mean that individually women, there are differences. But the funny thing is, they bash the qualities of women entirely, like, so the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
But
Those.
then they go out with the side
But the
that,
worst.
like, the
The spec.
worst of the the worst. So in my mind, I'm saying, if you say women are like that, why would you go out and hang only or mostly with those women?
Yeah, that's the interesting part of that show. That's the most interesting part. Who knows, man? Who knows? Let's go on to the next topic, which is about kids. Maybe you've heard of it. Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight calls his children a product of sin. That's a crazy.
That's a
That's a
very
heavy.
Heavy statement.
So if you didn't know
Extremely.
this, it's a heavy statement, but he's on the heavy side these days because um basically, I think it was a year ago, it was revealed that he changed his name. He
What's
changed
this?
his name solely so he could give his new kid the junior moniker.
Are you serious?
Yes. He had a new son, newborn, and his
Thank
back
God
then
you
he
said
didn't have
son. I thought you was gonna say
no
daughter, and he changed his name to Brianna.
Brian. Brian. Anyway, so he already had a bad relationship with his former kids, former family, former wife, ex-wife, and when he got with his girlfriend, his I think his wife by now, um, and when they got the kid, he decided to change his name so he can name the new kid a junior, a Brian McKnight Mokoa Jr. I think the kid is called. Let me take a look real quick. Real quick. Brian, for some reason, I don't see the name right now because it's all blocked. Oh, here it is. Brian Kainoa Makoa Jr.
Is
The
that
kid,
Indonesian? Indonesian
I
or
think
something?
it's Hawaiian. The mother is
Oh,
Hawaiian looking, so that's why the kid has like those. Well, Brian has the same name these days, and that happened last year. That happened, to be exact. Let me see. That happened in October 2023, it seems. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, he basically said that his kids are a product of sin, and I don't acknowledge their existence,
wow.
and
What
they
does
are
it?
not a gift from God.
But is a product of sin in the sense that they were conceived outside of marriage?
No, more like he didn't go into a breakdown why they call him a product of sin, from what I could read, but it boils down to that those kids are bad kids,
Okay.
and these kids are evil. And I think there was this. If I look here real quick, let me see if I can show it to you. Can I find that video where he breaks it down? I think I have it here. At least I had it.
So I guess my question. Oh, so you're gonna break it down. Okay.
I think I had it, but I don't have it anymore.
Because my question is,
Yeah,
so
I have it.
I'll,
I have it. I have it.
yeah. My whole point is, why is he saying products of sin? Because products of sin, he produced the kid. So I'm just
You
curious to see
produce the
what.
kids, but I think this is the thing where you're dealing with. He produced the kids, but the kids, when he separated from the mom, the kids stayed probably with the mom, and then you get the situation like Ben Hart.
Got it.
I think that's why he's saying it. Let me share my screen. Fair
Mhm.
use. This is what you had to say about this.
So lastly, this week, I want to big up my man right here. See, he gets it. In order to live a life that you love, you have to get rid of the evil and the negativity, even if that evil and negativity is related. We want everyone to live a life that you love. Our hashtag, that's what it means.
Fair use.
Hashtag I love our life.
Fair
But in
use,
order to
yeah.
do that, you have to get rid of all that evil and negativity. There's so many angry and upset and negative people out there. We want to use our platform as a place of positivity, a positivity platform. So hopefully, who knows, next week, maybe I'll only respond to positive comments. But we'll see. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. So basically, he associates his kids with negativity. The funny thing is that his kid, one of these kids, came out and said they are surprised about this because they saved them from going into jail.
Financially,
I don't know.
they didn't
They
go
didn't
into
go down.
specify. Oh,
They didn't specify what happened. It could be that he was back on child support, and they said maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
yeah.
But
Okay.
hey, I mean, this is very strong language from a dad.
That's very strong language. Understand what he's saying as well. So, two things. I do agree that in some cases you should distance yourself from negative people, even if those people are your family members. So, a lot of people think, like I always say, they say blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water, trying to insinuate that if a familial bond is stronger than your bonds with friends, etc. But actually, the that's not the whole quote from the Bible. It's the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. In other words, the blood of the covenant, like they say, it's a blood pact. In the past, people used to cut their hand, just like just make a small cut in their hand, so they bleed, and then they shake hands, and that's what they used to call blood pact. And so the blood
Mhm.
of the covenant, the pact, the agreement you make with another person willingly and freely, is stronger than the water of the womb. The water of the womb represents your family. So I do think that in certain situations, KR, it warrants it. But going live and sharing it with every people and calling your children evil, that's like another level. So
Yeah.
it's just like Monique and her son, uh, Russell Simmons, and what's her name? Kimora Simmons,
Yeah.
Kimora Lee Simmons, I think. Now it's probably Kimora Lee Bergstein. Or I
No,
forgot what their new.
I don't know. I don't know. The guy is locked up, so I don't think she took his last name.
But
Her
it's
new boo.
people always go in public and try to promote everything, and
I
I
don't
don't
understand
get
that.
that.
You understand that?
I
Why
don't
people
get it. I
they
think
don't
it's for
keep
attention. I think it's for
it.
attention
Yeah, that's the
and
crazy
valid
part of
and
the whole
valid
thing.
and validation as well. Attention and validation.
Clowns. They should be called. Now, you're always the political correct. These people are clowns, man. Some things you shouldn't be sharing with the public. You should solve these things behind closed doors. Everyone knows everyone's business these days. People have no shame. Not that you should have shame, but some things you just have to figure out as a family. And if you don't, just shut up. Just shut up. I don't
I
think I
agree
don't
fully.
think I don't think you should call your kids, even they could be evil kids. Just shut up. Now you're hopping on the stream talking about your kids, giving them the attention they wanted to in the first place. What are we doing? Ryan, you sound like a Nah,
Stay positive, or else you won't comment next week.
guess what? I'm not a positive guy. Luckily, I'm not a positive guy. No,
I
but all
agree with
jokes
you.
aside, though, I think I do agree with you on that. I never understood why people hop on, like you said. A great example is Monique, or even worse, Amanda Seals,
Who?
Amanda
Amanda
Diva.
Amanda Diva. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Last show it was Diva. Now I call her Amanda Seals. I change it. I switch it up. Next time I'm gonna call her by her real name. The name her mama gave her. But anyway, now all jokes aside, though, so people push out negativity in the world. How you so people your kids are negative towards you. Okay, Then you turn around and push negativity towards the world because you're spreading it through video. And then people are surprised when they get negative feedback. It happens with what's the name you said? Monique. It happened with Amanda Seals, and I wouldn't. I mean, people were slamming him for what.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing? Sometimes you gotta let stuff rest. If these kids are as evil as you say, just turn around and walk away.
Agree.
Tell them to f themselves softly
Mhm.
and go away from your life.
I'm just thinking, how can you F yourself softly?
Ask Diddy.
The whole part. Yeah, anyway, yeah. No, I agree with you. No, but okay. I think unless you have something else to
No, I think
to
that's enough.
share, then we can move to the next segment, which is the short thought segment. Of course, guys, as you know, in the short thought segment, we give short responses on commonplace situations and trending news. Before we discuss the topics, however, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. KR.
Yes, Leonel is back again. He's starting to become a regular here at Double Thought Show.
Our friend,
And
nuestro amigo.
nuestro amigo de Venezuela, de Maracaibo. And I don't know
Is he?
where he's from.
I was just about to ask, is he from
I don't know
Maracaibo?
where he's from. That's the first city that comes to mind when I hear
Not
Venezuela.
Caracas?
Well, maybe maybe it's the second one. Okay.
Okay.
I've been to Caracas. Hopefully.
And back.
I made it. I made it. So, what is
Beautiful.
happening now? As we've talked about it last week, it was revealed that Leonel has been freed. And for those who don't know, Leonel is the guy, the TikToker, the migrant TikToker who was promoting breaking, entering, and holding a place,
Squatting.
also known as squatting. Stay in your place and don't have to pay rent.
Mhm.
He started a trend that that resulted in a couple of cities changing the rules. Sometimes idiots screw it up for everyone. And again, this is the same stuff we talked about in the Brian McKnight case. Attention. Why spread it through TikTok?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's been in custody, and this is basically what happened. Despite bragging about all the money he has made from the government welfare programs and begging on the streets, he is suddenly short of cash and can't come up with money to pay for an attorney. And now you guys yourself, why does he need an attorney?
Yeah,
Well,
why?
he was held at the
Border?
Uiga County Jail. And guess where? We were right, RJ.
Were you right? Was it
In
where was it?
Ohio.
In Ohio. Yeah, Ohio.
We're good. We are good. We are good. Hey, you
Yeah,
can hire us to find anyone. Maybe
yeah.
we can find. Maybe the FBI can hire us to find their next target. Well, they don't need us
No, they already got the Drake.
anyway. So he's basically in a problem with immigration, ICE, and they arrested him for violating his terms of probation, which he was put on an illegal entering the United States. So he's right now on a he's almost out of here. He's almost out of here. The immigration judge overseeing Morena's case has been pushed back has been pushing back hearings while Moreno scrambles to find cash to pay for legal representation. At this point, I don't think anyone wants to represent him. Pro Deo.
No, that's true. Well, you can make a name for yourself. I mean, I know there are injury lawyers, there are litigators, there are corporate lawyers, employment lawyers, family lawyers. I'm not sure if there are squatting lawyers. So it might be a blue ocean.
maybe
The
maybe
problem
there's
is the problem is KR that if people are being accused, if the people who you are defending are being accused of squatting, aka breaking and entering into a home that's not theirs, staying there without paying because they don't have money, then how will they be able to pay the lawyer?
That's a good question. The man doesn't have any. But maybe we can get we can help him. We can help him. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out a little bit. We want to help the guy with a performance. Maybe he has to start doing street performance like this while he's crying. Fair use. How do you say fair use in Spanish?
Uso justo.
Uso justo. Hey, Leonel, eso es un uso justo. If you don't understand, talk English, man. He's gonna sing for us. No.
Estoy parado presente, todo el mundo dirá.
Hey man, I don't have $1 to give this busker, man. You have $1? I need $1. Dollar is all I need. Hey, I need $1. Is all I need. Anyway, he's having fun though because he was also in Ohio running around on a lake. Why isn't he running around at the lake? Let me refresh this.
I remember that, man. This guy.
He's running on a lake.
Digámoslo de Billongo, ¿sabes cómo es que la pongo?
Sí, you can rap.
Por ahora no me pongo. Venimos de la selva, por eso me opongo a que cierren la frontera y deporte todo ese combo. De Nueva York llegamos con la pámpara. Este frío está como para una empanadas. Con carne por dentro y por fuera, porque estamos en uso.
Capichi. Oye, señores.
What did he say? What did he say? The cold is like empanada.
Yeah, something like that.
Gucci Ferragamo, por ahora no me pongo. Venimos de la selva, por eso me opongo a que cierren la frontera y deporte todo ese combo. De Nueva York llegamos con la pámpara. Este frío está como para una empanadas.
He's talking about the border. He's swimming. He's swimming from Cuba.
He came from the jungle.
King of the jungle. No, I'm just kidding. The part of swimming, he didn't say that, but he would be swimming if he steps on the wrong part of that lake. This clown, man. Maybe he doesn't like life anymore. Anyway.
I think
RJ, what do you think about this situation?
As soon as I hear his voice, man, I just start laughing. He's just such a big clown. As soon as I hear his voice, I think that it's very peculiar that a guy enters into the US illegally, goes on TikTok, goes viral for incentivizing people to also do squatting, saying that he would start a company that help people with squatting, gets detained, and instead of getting deported, they simply let him go. This is a big problem because you're only confirming what, or at least what he's saying, which is, I can do whatever I want and you guys can also do whatever you want because they ain't doing anything to us. They can't do anything. That's it.
Yeah, man. I can't say it better. All the luck to him. I hope he can swim in case that ice breaks on the lake. If and, and that he can sing because he'll need it to busk for those dollars. Or, 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 no, I'm not gonna say my or, because then it's gonna go sideways again. Next up, first date, Tinder. First Tinder date almost turns into deletion. You ask yourself, how come? I'm gonna read something here for you real quick.
How toxic is this? It's toxic.
This is toxic, mate. Toxic. So, listen to this. All right, let me go up.
I think we had like a story like this in the past.
A Tinder match from hell who imprisoned a woman in her flat for 2 hours on their first date, strangled her, and has been sent to jail. Jordan Brooker, 22, cried in court as he was jailed for 31 months over the offenses against Isabel Wardmills, who he had been messaging for months before he turned up at her address. The victim was only saved after a neighbor heard her banging on the walls and begging to be let out, a court heard. George Joseph, prosecuting, said the complainant and the defendant knew each other from having met on the dating app Tinder. They messaged for a considerable amount of time, but the defendant had never met the complainant. Then it turned up, and it turned up. It was Liddy. He didn't say that, but RJ. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to show you. This is the breaking. Tell me if this dude doesn't look like
Come on, man. Is that Jeffrey?
that's the boy. That's the strangler.
Come on, man.
He looks like he bro. He looks like a weirdo.
Come on, man.
Well, I have to say this. So first of all, good thing that they locked him up.
I agree.
Everyone is safer due to this. They should have given him a couple of months more. 31 months is not enough.
No.
But he's 22, and it seems like this happened in the UK. So that would mean, I don't know what rules they have in UK, but if he cried in court, it could be that he could be crying in bed as well, while people were taking turns. I hope not, but life can come at you fast.
Pause.
Pause. Well, they won't pause on him. Someone has to say it. Why should I feel sorry for the guy?
No, you
Almost,
shouldn't.
almost
But it just
deleted
show.
someone.
But I think the moral of the story is, so that's what he did was wrong. You should go away. Moral of the story is, however, is also KR. You might maybe you don't have money.
Oh, don't invite the dude on the first date to your home.
Neither to
This is
your
crazy.
home. Don't go to
But-
his home, and the other way around. Don't go to her home either. You don't know who the person is.
No, this is the crazy thing. You don't invite
You
her
don't
to
know who the
home.
person is.
You have to have a process in place to verify whether someone is who they claim they are.
Yeah.
There are
It's-
a
it's
lot of
you-
rumors walking out here, man.
Yeah. But I think that's the or this one of the dangers of social media app meeting social media. It's not really social media apps, but more dating apps, but also the way people are doing things right now, right? Also on social media, sliding into someone's DMs, or what is it, DTF, or those type of things. It's
Mhm.
like you don't know who the person is. And I know people who I know a couple of people who've gotten married after having met on Tinder or other uh, similar apps, dating apps. But there's a way you need to do it. Maybe the first connection can happen virtually, but you need to meet the person in in a public setting first, so you know that nothing can happen, and if something happens, then you're it's just have
That's
the worst
crazy.
of luck.
Should
But
I
you
read?
should minimize your risks. Thank God the neighbors were there, or a neighbor was there that heard the cries and called for help. Because for the same so uh
It could have turned out bad.
it could have turned bad. Yeah.
Should I read what happened? Do you want to get a picture of how it went
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, before we
So
close. Yeah.
on January 10 this year, Brooker had turned up at Mrs. Wortmill's home with another man who she did not know. The three had stayed up until early hours socializing, but eventually Miss Wortmills had gone to bed, the court heard. When she woke up for a glass of water around 4:30 a.m., she saw the defendant rocking with his head rocking his head down and hood up, the prosecutor said. The victim had checked on Brooker, but grabbed a bottle of Malibu and smashed it on the floor. Miss Wordsmills asked the defendant to leave. He said words to the effect of, "Who the F do you think you are talking to me like that?" He became aggressive and pushed the complainant towards the TV unit. She hid in the toilet to compose herself. When the victim returned, Brooker had already called her a humongous woman and told her to sit the F down and do not move. Yo, what the heck is this? How
Yeah.
the heck did this guy get access to your home? You've
I
never
mean, I
met
mean,
him.
I mean, I
Went to
mean, she
sleep.
also.
Always. He went to sleep and woke up.
But I bet you a lot of people do it every day and nothing happens. So, um,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
our word of caution can be interpreted or is misinterpreted as victim blaming. If that's the case, then continue doing you, boo. Continue doing you. In any
You
case, I'm
know,
glad that this. Hmm?
sometimes it's cheaper to be the leader than to live for
Yeah,
your family, at least.
yeah. I mean, if your life is worth more than 12 pounds, yeah, to each
Tough,
your
tough.
own.
I think you're right though. People will misinterpret this as victim blaming. No, we're trying to prevent you from becoming a victim.
Yeah. Any case, everyone do you. No one can tell you what to do except for the police and the alphabet people.
Even
But
police can, right?
not
According
if
to some
you're an
people.
illegal immigrant in the US. If you're legally residing there, then yes. But if you're illegal, then no. Nah, man. So all jokes aside, guys, if you've made it this far, we want to thank you for listening. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comments below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. It's been a pleasure. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section. Until next time. Peace.
I don't know a Brian McKnight song. Otherwise, I would have sang it at this moment. Hello, darkest my friends. That's not Brian McKnight though.
No, it's not.